素晴らしい
What is up, everybody? Alright. I have not looked into any of this. Lost told me, though, there's not as much as you would like, so we'll see. Yeah, I had a bunch of ats on Discord. I didn't look at any of them, because I'm sure you fuckers are spoiling everything. I know what you all about. I haven't played this game in a while. Now, you know, FGO is kind of a piece of shit, but I have what does this have to do with anything? Anyway, you know, FGO is a piece of shit, but I do want to see the finale. I mean, really, like, I think most people do. Okay, can I please, what is this, Raid Shadow Legends? And, okay, there we go. Bunch of stuff, whatever, gimme. Probably Camelot medals. I have barely done any of the daily summons. Like, I mean, my account is, like, good. I don't need anything. Who the hell is that? Probably some random Japanese writer no one's ever heard of that's randomly a 5-star. Good craft essence. Sounds like I nailed it. Okay, more free stuff. Stop talking, nerd. No one likes you. Alright, let's see what we got. Do I need to turn the music on or anything? Chat. Any music enjoyers here? Nah, okay. Unfortunate. Boy, that is pretty short. We wait all this time, and it's two stages. Great. Cutscene might be tied to music. Fuck. Well, if we get out before whatever that cutscene is, we'll change it. Chat can just give me the short and skinny. This music is not very appropriate, but... Are we really ending the 1,000 Years arc? Allegedly, it's supposed to be like this prologue. I think then it's the Grandcaster fight, and then I think it's the finale. That's what they say, anyway. And then we'll get to find out, you know, after that, if 3.0 is going to be its own new, like, thing, or if it's going to be just some bullshit continuation. God damn it, Discord. The nuke that. Finale part 1 of 7, indeed. There's some bullshit flashback. Why is my phone going off now? Ace does that all the time, by the way. Like, he'll do it on purpose. Wait, she's alive? I don't remember. Guess so. But yeah, Zert, how's the going nuclear? How's that going? Yeah, I thought she died, but I may just be misremembering. Help? That bad, huh? That is how it's going. Yeah. And most people that are doing what you're doing, I know it's like really rough for a while. So that and going to engineering school. I've met a surprising amount of people that are engineers in my life, and not one of them has ever been like, "Oh yeah, engineering school is great. I had an awesome time." Like, never. I'm still burnt out, and it's been 7 years. Jesus. I want to cry every time I open up an assignment. So what's being said is includes one part 2 is done. Chaldia will be teleported to 2025, 26 because they were bleached Earth for like 7 years. Yeah, I predicted the fuck out of that. That like if this is all successful, it's gonna like reset, but they're gonna like miss out on all that time and probably forget everything and blah 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 blah. Also, MASH should be so much older, and so should the main character, because they said this was like 1-to-1 with real time, and it's been fucking 10 years. Like, like, that is such a significant amount of time, right? Like, Jesus Christ. I open at least 2 assignments a day. God, I hate the main cast of this game. Just a bunch of nerds and kids and stupid shit. Where's the cool people at? I can already tell what that is. And I mean, everyone in my chat has predicted this. I can already tell what that is. Kadok is dead. But I have a feeling they're gonna come back. Like I think when this is all fixed, I think the cryptors are gonna come back. Wait, yeah, it's Chaldean, but I think we know where this is going. Yeah, I saw that Temple of Time. Guadia, just give us Guadia, I swear to God. Make the fucker playable. It's been 5 million years. So what's going on? Like, obviously, you know, Solomon, Guadia stuff, but like... So I guess he's like, you're the best option now because all the other better options are fucked, so... He'll join you if you do a second ordeal call. So we're gonna do Solomon again. Just Round 2. So, do we know, like, is it Guadia or is it Solomon? You know, like, who's piloting? We don't know yet. Please tell me that's not it. Please tell me we didn't wait all that time and that's it. Like, why even do this? Why even do this? Why not just do the grand... Why not do the event right now? What is wrong with them? Bro. It's kind of blurry, just like Green's vision. Don't even start with me. You're not wrong, though. Like, you're really not wrong. Like, I really do have bad eyesight, so... So... We really didn't get a lot. So do we not know? Do we not know if it's Guadia? Like, is it just, figure it out, lol? Well, technically, we need to play the ult account because it's not caught up at all. Oh, was this supposed to play? Why did I not get this? Did I skip? Pseudo graph Solomon. You skipped it? Did I? I didn't think I skipped anything. Excuse me. Thesaurus. Okay. And then now we just have to wait. What is it on the 3rd? Like, if you're only waiting 2 days, why bother? Literally, why bother? Why not put this out in 2 days and just put it all together? Like, who the fuck is in charge of marketing at this fucking team? It's a raid? I believe that. He says he will join us if you beat him. On a completely unrelated note, alter Braincaster, we a welfare. Wait, what? What? English? All right, hold on. Let's blue apples, and then we'll jump on the ult account for a little bit here while we chat and whatnot. Or jump scare. Something about beating and a welfare. I don't know exactly what Lost is saying. I need some clarification here. We get a welfare, okay, after Grand Caster. So maybe you get that. Maybe you get Solomon or something. But I guess we'll see. That'd be kind of disappointing, actually, because one, Lost has like 6,000 SQ just sitting there waiting, and then if he's a welfare, they're gonna put a lot less effort into him. And like, I want motherfucker, like I want stages, right? I want stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, right? Like Solomon, then Guadia, then some other bullshit. Like, I mean, come on now. I don't want, you know, same stage all 3. Like, fuck that. I waited all this time. I don't want just like caster form Solomon. Like, that'd be lame as fuck. Are you kidding me? Oh yeah, hold on. I forgot to update the ult count. No Valentine's Guadia. We'll see. I mean, I definitely think it's Guadia, not Solomon, but man, if we don't get like a Guadia demon form, that's just gonna be lame. Like, come on. It could be Lev. Actually, no, I know all about that theory. I know about that. That's totally possible. Like, no, he's not even memeing. And there's all that melty blood stuff that actually hints at it. But yeah, we'll see. There's so many things with that. Okay. I didn't see anything you sent, but I've seen Ort's concept art. I don't know if there's like something different, but they put a whole lot of effort into Ort's final form just for it not to be used in gameplay. But I honestly think they ran out of time. I think that's a big part of it. Like, everything about the planning with that makes me think you were supposed to fight that final form. And then they just like, yeah, we don't got time. And also, I think that's why he only has 1 NP. And like, seriously, look, I love UFO Ort, all right? I'm not a hater. But you can't tell me out of all of the forms of Ort, that's the one that should get the only NP animation, right? Like, really? So I'm pretty sure they just didn't have time to do the NP animations. Like, especially his final form, I think that was supposed to have one, but I just don't think they had time to do it. Also, hi, Eli. Kirby emote reminds me that Kirby Air Riders is like the only game I can think of in such a long time where I'm like, I wish I could play that. And cause like normally, if I really want to play something, I can play it. But like, I don't want to get a Switch 2. I don't think anyone does. But like, that game looks awesome. Like, there's so much like just awesome gameplay in that. I mean, you know, we know they're going to do a 3.0. Like, we know that. You know, Nasu said he wasn't sure if they were going to make it its own thing or, you know, continue. I hope they don't continue, though. I just don't think that's the right thing to do. I think they will, though, because they're everything about FGO's development has been cowardice. So, like, they're not going to want to, like, commit to, like, new characters. Like, well, what if they're not popular? Like, they're not going to want to rock the boat. They're going to play it as, like, the most safe route possible. Why do I have so much loot on my ult? Okay, game. The hell? Why? I didn't do anything. Got a bunch of QP. The hell is all this? I don't even. More free stuff. Oh wait, there's SQ in there. Gee, 1000 XP? What? Why? It's not like I haven't played my ult in forever. Like, I think I played it last time I streamed, so same time as my main. What is all of this stuff? Is it because, like, maybe I didn't log in for, like, just enough time for it to trigger some, like, returning BS or something? Why I never picked my free 5-star. Shut up! Oh my god, you are the worst thing in this game. Jesus. Imagine having that play like every single fucking time you go to a menu you need to go back and forth between. Like, what an amazing design decision that was. Why is there a GSSR? Oops, didn't mean to do that, but that's fine. Is that the free one? Okay, no, it's not. Wait, what? I guess that's the free one? Okay, whatever the fuck. This game, dude. I guess we should do the prologue here real fast, and then we gotta catch up a little bit on the grand stuff. So I'm assuming this doesn't show up unless you do all of the ordeal calls. Wonder if the grand stuff is necessary. So I will point out, though, that that reveal was one of the least surprising things of all time. I mean, when you look at the Chaldeans' design, it's like, oh, geez. I wonder what this is related to. But yeah, it actually is quite possible it's Lev. There's been plenty of stuff hinting at that. Okay, there's Grands. Dude, I'm so behind on these. Like, my main is all caught up, but I don't think I've even done the Lancer one, for God's sakes. Yeah, you need to be at 35. Oh my god. I guess, technically, the smart thing to do is just get a bit done on all of them. And, like, make sure you select one. Probably New Year's Servant, by the way. Rip, Galahad. Can we just have, like, an awesome finale where we get Galahad, Guadia, this guy, Green Knight, you know, stuff like that? Maybe some animation updates mixed in there. And Maxwell's Demon. I can't believe they didn't do him in that last good thing. And we should at least pick all of our grands. He's got it. Don't worry about it. Obviously, it's 100 face over here. Chat. Saddest thing anyone ever saw. Dude, I saw, Jesus Christ, no animation update, worst character in the game, got the worst buff of all time, which is really saying something, because there's some bad buffs in this game. And they did not get, man, my ult account is so scuffed. And it's like, I really should stream the finale on my ult account so I can make videos on my main account, but that, do you guys realize how scuffed that's gonna be? Like, I'm not completing the grand stuff. I don't level anything over here. Like, this account is so, messed up. Oh yeah, you have to use assassins, right? When in doubt. Well, hey, guys, I said the account was scuffed, but never mind. We've got a 10-10-10 NP5 Phantom of the Opera. What a goated account, chat. So prepared. Get that, man, I haven't played this game in so long. Shinji. Little shit, there he is. I guess just give that to everybody, really. They're all debuffers. We'll do like Bond. I don't really give a fuck about Bond on my ult account, though. pretty unimportant. Oh, fuck! Night Rain DLC in 3 days! Oh, shit! Why? Fuck! Also, how come there's no trailer for, what's the Nun? Because, if they have that little time, that's actually kind of weird. Because they made a trailer for, the Scholar. So that's weird that she doesn't have one. Or maybe she's getting one today. Scholar looks pretty cool, though. I hope his like vanilla moveset for the thrusting sword is good instead of crap. Yeah, anime, we got it. King Hassan is cooler. Okay, real quick chat. Does anyone think Azrael is cooler than King Hassan? Because like I don't hate Azrael here, I really don't. Like they've done way dumber, right? But I think King Hassan is way better. Like he's got the cool skull face, armor, the deep badass voice. Like, are you kidding me? Again, Azrael's fine. I don't hate Azrael, but the King Hassan is just awesome, dude. Now, can I just kill him? Let's see. Dude, how was that Sanson's buff? We waited so long. I say we, you know, me and like the 7 other people, but like, I remember, I don't remember who it was in chat, but multiple times people in chat over the years have joked that Sanson would get a fucking human insta-death up as a buff. Like, as a joke, right? And then that he actually got that. Now, thankfully, he also got NP up, but that's so shit. Like, you know, Buster up would be better. Attack up would be better. Like, are you fucking kidding me here? Absolute madness. Alright, go get him. Oh, yeah. I forgot that he does that. Oops. Bye, Shiki. K&K was great. Like the only good writing from Type Moon. Damn, didn't kill. Definitely would have killed if Shiki didn't evaporate. Should have done the Mystic Code. Death. Pretty horrific turn 1 here. Yeah, the pacing of FGO is terrible, and then they never gave us fun things to do, like, you know, roguelike or challenge tower or any of that. That was such a mistake. I don't know why I didn't click this first, because it's debuff success chance. Essentially. Well, Matahari's about to evaporate. Never mind, Sanson's got it. No, he does not got it. Why is this so hard for the preview fight? None of the preview fights are even remotely difficult, but this motherfucker is just like... And if I didn't skill seal, he would have insta-killed Matahari, which actually might have been a good thing. Holy fuck, though. Now he's gonna kill Sanson. Bro, this is so much harder than the other preview fights. All the other preview fights, like, you cannot lose. This guy is just, like, wrecking my shit right now. Holy fuck. Don't worry, Matahari DPS. Yep. Nice guts, by the way. Wow, we're gonna lose. That's fucking stupid as hell, dude. Like, it's the preview fight. Oh, wait, excuse me. I think we're dead anyway, though, because I think he's gonna it's gonna reset and he's gonna get insta-killed. Because he's in the front slot. Also, he guarded. I'm also not convinced that he would do enough damage. Dude, that is so dumb! That is such a dumb mechanic. Like, that is so fucking... And what's so dumb, too, is, like, the RNG there was just, like, unbelievably bad. And, like, not RNG in terms of what the boss did, but, like, just things I did that there's no way... There's no planning, right? Like, Shiki happened to be in the front spot, which is the first one to get insta-killed, and she's NPing on turn 1, so I just completely lost all of that damage. Right? Like, there's just so much shit like that. Like, it all just mathed out to where, like, he got the most value out of his insta-kills at the start of the turn that he could possibly get. Like, there's no way he could have gotten more value than that. Jesus Christ, dude. Okay, now we just do literally the same thing with, you know, the most minor adjustment ever, and we're gonna win. The rage that I feel right now. Where the hell is the guts? There we go. If Phantom had a gut CE, he probably would have won that for us though. But boy, that'd have been dramatic. Seriously though, every preview fight for the Grands are incredibly easy, except for this one. I mean, this is easy too if you know, but if you don't know, it's so easy to just get ganked. This is like such a great song. Okay, you fuck. So, chat, I'm gonna predict that when we get Azrael, he's not going to do that. You're not gonna get to insta-kill the boss at the start of the turn. It's not gonna happen. I think she just removed his guts. Which means Sanson could have removed his guts last time. He just didn't. Or not. I don't fucking know. I forgot to evade. Whatever! What is the what? Fucking later, hater, my god. Preview fight, by the way. Don't worry, we got 2 assassin gems. It's all worth it. And before we do any of this, we should go unlock every Grand at least. I have a feeling we're gonna want their class trees though, at least somewhat unlocked for the finale. Did I just not pick one? I like how she's literally the only possible option. Put me in, coach. Man, I want Fate Strange Fake Hassan. Like, he's so cool. He's my favorite Hassan. I just don't think I have one. Yeah, no one meets the requirement. That's about right. Her Bond CE is in the bank, which I have to hide because it's a account recovery question. I do that all the time where I put Bond CEs in the bank. Chat, I think I remember what hers is. It's like a scroll of secret techniques or something. And now I'm realizing how many craft essences there are that are fucking scrolls. Oh, fuck. I think it's this. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not sure if that was the right one or not. Nope, wrong button. God, this game, look at the... Because it deloads everything. Yep, that's it. I don't even know what that is. But hey, it's got attack, fuck it. Okay, so we need Archer, Rider, and then we can't do Caster yet. Or Archer's Gill. Which, also, it's Gill. So, am I the only one? Surely people on, like, Reddit and stuff commented this. That the Gill you fight here is not any different than just the normal shit you see Gilgamesh do. Like, I'm not kidding at all. If actually, I would say that, like, Fate Strange Fake Gill has done more impressive things than Grand Gill. Because, like, you being surrounded by portals, that's nothing new. Like, Gil's done that before. That's not... But, I mean, it makes... I actually agree. I think I said that years ago, that if Gil was ever summoned as a Grand, it would make absolutely no difference. Because it's like, Gate of Babylon just doesn't work that way. I mean, Extra Gil certainly shows, you know, more powerful stuff. I mean, none of the guilds are really any different. It's more of, like, how serious they are, generally speaking. That being said, though, you know, the gameplay segment only shows so much. And, like, if this skill went absolutely all out, it'd be just the same as all the other guilds, but he's now got grand stats and stuff, so I would assume it's stronger. And, like, maybe the mana explosions with the swords are stronger and stuff like that. Whoops. Oh, yeah, I forgot we have, Fujino over here. We really got to get her, skills up. Not a lot of archers here. I think the strongest we've seen Gil, though, is Fate Strange Fake. The anime didn't really do it justice because, like, if you read the book, the bit where he uses Aya against Enkidu is just, it's insane. And they just totally don't do that. I don't get that. I don't know why they didn't do that. I guess it'd have been really hard to animate, but, like, that was such a big deal in the book. It's so weird that they just don't touch it. And Aya's probably never going to be used in the book again, so it's kind of lame that you don't get to see that. Yeah, the anime just fades to white and just implies something crazy happened, but they don't actually do anything. Yeah, like Aya, like, fully encompasses the whole planet. Like, everything's fucked, but the tree keeps it all together. All right. Well, she's a great buffer, but we don't have a... Well, no, wait, Billy's quick. What am I saying? Excuse me. I could do Star Bomb or something. Oh yeah, him using that other NP does make sense, and showing it off here is just kind of a cool thing to do, because yeah, it makes total sense. But it's not that, you know, it's nothing you really don't expect. And it's certainly, I would say overall, it's certainly not stronger than AI. It's just that it's, you know, a good counter. You know, it's specific for fucking up beasts. All right. Which is probably fine. Yeah, then you look at Medusa and look at, or you know, her scythe, and it's like, what? Oh yeah, also, why did we never get adult Lancer Medusa? Like, why? Type Moon even designed her. Right, that wasn't even like a filler artist. Like that was like as official as and Rider Darius. Why didn't we get that? Again, Type Moon designed him, and they put plenty of effort into these things, and they're just like, okay, but never again. Guild fight. Okay. And you, oh yeah, he's got the thing. Man, you can remove that too, but I don't have anything for it. Well. Now, my Gil isn't a grand yet. I shouldn't have done Billy's evade. I wasn't really thinking about that. I mean, Billy's got this, right? Aster Asterios? When did they ever do that? Not a beast, by the way. Did anyone data mine this? Like, do those effects he get? Is he actually getting like damage up to beast? I think it's anti-divine too. Which that you could actually see. Well, you could bring a beast here, actually. Forgot there's playable beasts, even though there really shouldn't be, considering the ones that they picked, but let's not go there. He's got the crit chance, but he's a grand. It's anti-divine, anti-super large, and anti-beast. So Tiamat would get sent to the next dimension. Oh, and because lore-wise, that's what killed her, it'd be even worse. Which she did. That's true, actually. That's true. Alright, that'll do. Fujino is anti-super large. He really doesn't like bridges, man. And if you're big enough, you look like a bridge. If your body size is large enough to bridge a gap between something, then Fujino's taking you out. All right. It's a shame we don't get the special stuff when you pick, like, you know, the Musashi. If you'd picked Grand Musashi, you should have gotten the special NP and all that, but oh well. Although A is cooler. Oh my god, I put his bond, CE, and bank! I'm seeing a theme here. His is actually pretty good, though. Like, his CE effect, it's not bad. I think it's got 30% NP damage on it. Silence! Okay, which one is it? I believe that's it. Okay. This is like the 5th time I've had to do this. Probably not the last either. Yeah, they always have bad stats, but you get them for free as a grand, so... Okay, now we need Ryder, who has a very good bond CE. Maybe not for farming, but God, the Ryder one was so lame. Jesus. All the ones where they're like, hey, it's a servant we had just added, and oh ha ha, they're the grand, that was so lame. Not a lot of... It's funny, I have Grand George, but I have the level 1 slotted instead. Wow. I like how that's the first Grand we have access to for Ryder. Very serious. Definitely something you'd see pop up in a serious story. No doubt. Let's see. Guess that'll do. Anybody need bond? Oh, fuck, I haven't done his buff. Need to do that. He's actually kind of decent here, too. Bring a Stolfo instead? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. fuck? Bringing too much expensive stuff. What? Oh, this one doesn't really do anything anyway. There we go. All right. How popular was Noah? I didn't give a flying fuck. Oh yeah, this takes forever. I don't even remember how this works. It was like these guys die and it nerfs him a lot. You can actually kill him by just killing the animals. Does she have any team buffs? Potentially. I'm just clicking buttons right now. Alright, go get him. Actually, they did a decent amount with AoE. Like, they gave you the single target and AoE for beasts and all that. Rip the animals. Not a grand. Got a lot of buffs though. Not enough. Why are so many people fucking calling me and texting me and... God. One of these days. Of course it's a mech. At least there's green mixed in. Kind of lazy though that they make this mech design and then instead of like using it and having it be animated at all, there's just magical lasers appearing out of nowhere. Like what was even the point of that? I forgot to use the attack up. That would have increased our damage a good bit. Oops. I think you're supposed to kill the animals, but whatever. Damn. The chickens don't fuck around, man. Why is his art, card art not matching? Probably the loudest NP in the game. And it's very green, so I'm okay with this. Yeah, that's great. My favorite custom death animation they've done so far is Gil dropping loot out of Gate of Babylon. That's just amazing. I knew my love for Mecha came from the Bible. You know, I honestly did not hate the bass boost sounds in APOC. I didn't like the bass boost in the Babylon anime, though. That was just... Dude, look, Aya's awesome and everything, and it's like... And it literally says, you know, Type Moon says it's the strongest NP humanity ever possessed, right? Not created, possessed, right? So it should be, you know, really powerful. But... their way of making it look powerful in the anime was make it louder than everything. And they're like, okay, guys, we've showed a lot of really powerful NPs in this anime. And so we gotta make sure Aya seems stronger than them. So how are we gonna do that? Let's just take the bass up to the highest setting possible. That'll get it apart. Like, it just sounds like a demon dubstep song. Like, it's so dumb. That was so fucking silly to me. When Face Range fake, it's like the opposite. They didn't do anything. That part's already passed, so they're unless Aya shows up in the finale, because obviously the books aren't done yet. But it probably won't. The way the story's going, I don't think Gil's gonna use Aya, because his like teenage self can't use it, as far as I understand. So yeah, I think the Babylonia anime's like sound mixing was a lot worse than APOC. Now APOC just abridged the story so much that, you know, I still think the anime was kind of bad, but you know they're strong because they're blue. Honestly, people have made fun of that Grand animation, but I don't mind it. Now, fuck it, this is cool. We'll use that. We probably don't need it, but honestly, these are really good ones to pick because you get 1,000, but this is the one everyone wants, but I don't care what everyone else wants. I care about what I want. Main character, by the way. Well, it is my stream, so there is that. Okay. Now, we are not going to have time to finish the grand trees for really any of these. But, you know, if we can get a little bit of it done, that would be good. I gotta do something in real life in like an hour and a half. So let's see what we can. Let's see, who do we prioritize? I guess we prioritize Gil first because he's awesome. I like how I don't have a beast too, though, that I can select. Oh yeah, she's like the most broken thing ever. I think out of all the grands that we've used, she's been the most effective one. It's crazy. Grail Angra, that would be cool, honestly. I hope he's the final boss of 2.0. I think that'd be really fitting. I think that'd be so fitting because of like, not only is there loads of groundwork for it because of all this stuff in Fuyuki and FGO actually being like really twisted Fates Tonight, even though we've gone so far off that it's easy to forget that. But like, you know, Ongra being the big bad of Fate Hollow, which was kind of like capping off Fate Stay Night. So I think that'd be really fitting. What makes her so good? One, she just hits hard, and then she's got niche. She's got anti-divine and anti-king, and Dillo's both. And then yeah, she just for 3 stars, she's got surprisingly good oomph. But yeah, then she's got double niche, so pretty wild. Does my ult account Billy have the extra battery? Nope. Did I just start the stage? Why are there two? I'm so used to having to click the button in the corner to be able to actually change what I want. Like when you click their profile. Maybe it's just the login. Bro. Oh God. Okay, it is login. All that Solomon stuff there. So when Solomon, Guadia, Lev, whoever is talking to you at the end of the prologue there, what does the dialogue box say his name is? Game's having a stroke. Yeah, always having a stroke. God, this UI is terrible. Any knowers? You might be better off doing that. She's Buster. I have fuck all support for Buster. Yeah, I don't really... I guess he gives a little bit of support. As weird as that is. It says Romani. Interesting. I suspect that's not the case, though. His CE is not gonna matter. I don't even know why I'm bringing Bond stuff. Oh, come on. Good enough. Hey, Vert. So, if I'm not mistaken, Grandcaster starts in 2 days, and then Elden Ring Night Rain DLC is in 3 days. That's a pain. I'm gonna play that on PlayStation 5 because it's easier to stream, but God, I don't pay for the online for PlayStation because I haven't used it in forever, so it doesn't cost a lot, but then you have to like navigate through 10 million menus and all this stupid crap. God, I hate consoles, dude. I'm hoping the Steam like console is going to be outrageously successful, so these fuckers stop like double dipping with the internet. Hey, Sub-Zero, thank you for the subscription, man. I think I've seen you before. Memorable name. Also, not to like be spewing blasphemy in my subscribers' faces, but Sub-Zero is really cool, but Scorpion is cooler. I'm just saying. Nothing wrong with Sub-Zero, but dude's got a grapple hook, man. Oh fuck, that's right, we need battery. And I had that on the other account. Fuck. Well, they got it. Yeah, we use, I don't remember who we used for battery. We had a few options. No, Scorpion has fire powers. How can he be cool? Okay, smartass. Also, I liked when, what was his name? Lizard or something? I forgot his name. But there used to be like a green Scorpion. They like have changed his design over the years, so he's not like a reskin. But he used to be like a kind of a pretty rare character in the games, and he was a reskin of like Sub-Zero and Scorpion, but green. His name was Green Scorpion, was it really? Yeah, then Reptile. Everyone else, yeah, it's Reptile. But yeah, he used to be like a kind of a pretty rare thing, but now he's more common, but they've changed him a lot to be more unique. But I thought he was cooler when he wasn't unique, honestly. I, for one, am a fan of the player 2 colors. Oh yeah, we can only do 9 of these, and then we can't. That's fucked up, man. He is so good for this. You do have to wait a second, but he definitely gets the job done. And Fujino is super good. I mean, everyone knows Luigi's cooler than Mario. You can buy 30 capsules in the shop. Yeah, I'll probably do that later. Try to catch up a little bit. I just want the account to be able to do the finale, like, reasonably well. Yeah, I only finished, like, the Saber and Berserker on this account. And our Berserker is Eric Bloodaxe, so not exactly a meta pick. And there hasn't been a fighting game that I've been like really inspired to play in a long time. Probably too old now to be good at them, but I can still enjoy them. They take a lot of time. Although I've heard newer, I have not played any of the new age fighting games. Like that's how long it's been. But I hear like the fighting games now are like way less technical, like so much so, which is kind of weird. What do you need to do for the finale? I actually don't know because I've done everything. So I was asking Chad earlier. I'm not sure. Like I don't know if you have to do all the ordeal calls. Surely you have to do all the Lost Belts. That part, like no question. So you definitely need to do Lost Belt 7. But yeah, I'm not sure how they're handling the ordeal calls and stuff. But it's totally possible you have to do all of them. So many, I like how there's so many archers slotted, but Rider, there was barely anything. Wait, what has the Blaze Blue drive system? I gotta tell you, that's one of the crazier things I've ever seen in a fighting game, because it's like an entire mechanic that's different for every character, and it's a pretty large, like, moveset. For most of the characters anyway. It's a lot of work. Like Blaze Blue characters took so much work internally. Avatar: The Last Airbender. Interesting. Is it any good? Never seen the show, by the way. I don't even... All I know about it is there's something about, like, fire and water and some shit. I hear the fighting game is good. Yeah, Carl's... My friend Tuss played Carl a lot. He rebound the drive button to one of the triggers because you have to, like, hold it down all the time to do other inputs. I loved Blaze Blue, man. At least it's living on in Entropy Effect, and that's like such a great game, and it's got a big update coming. So, looking forward to that. They did do something pretty lame, though, and like they got called out for it, but it's not gonna matter. And dude, companies always lie. I like never see companies like just be honest. It's insane. So it's super obvious that they have some kind of like exclusive, timed exclusive with consoles, because basically they don't want they want people to buy it again. They want people that already have Entropy Effect on PC to have a reason to buy it on PlayStation 5 and Switch and all that, because they're saying that like all the new story content won't come to PC for a while. It will come to PC, but not right away. And they're saying it's for technical reasons. But that's there's nothing about like implementing that kind of feature that should really be a technical reason. It just makes no sense. So they're basically just trying to get they're just trying to get people to buy it twice, right? And like, because they know so many people are already going to play it on PC, and they can't charge them as much. So, but yeah, everyone was like, this absolutely makes no sense. And like, and what everyone said, and I agree with this, the community would have been way more okay with it if they were honest, honest about it, right? If they were just like, okay, we have a deal, and we can't bring the story content to PC for like 6 months, right? Just say that. Like, holy hell, the lying is just so ridiculous. Japanese companies in particular are bad about that, but it's I think the developer for that one's Chinese, but they're working with a Japanese company to make it. So yeah, it's so dumb. But, you know, pretty standard for the industry these days. I guess that doesn't make it okay, but... Yeah, I mean, I'll probably get it on PS5. I mean, I like the game, and I want it to do well. And I want to see that... And it looks like the new story is going to be Blaze Blue stuff. Instead of the OC bullshit they were doing, so... It'll be weird playing it on a PlayStation 5 controller. Thankfully, I've played enough Elden Ring on PS5 that I'm like... I'm decently comfortable with the controller. It took a while, though. When I first started playing Elden Ring on PS5, I had such a hard time using that controller. It felt so alien, but I'm pretty adept with it now, I think. I'll be playing the Tarnished Edition too on PS5, I suppose, so... If that ever comes out. Okay, he's got 700k now. I like how Fujino did like 1.4 million, by the way. Oops, I could have buffed more if I'd done that first. Oh well. Should be fine. But yeah, not much to do in FGO today. More of a little hype event for later. Will Tarnished Edition come out before FGO adds Agravain? Yes. Yes. $1 million. Very respectable. I wonder what my guild will do when I actually upgrade the tree. I should at least get the Buster up one. I think they... I forgot. These said roughly how far they delayed Tarnished Edition. I want to say they said like early next year or something like that. It was supposed to already be out. Sucks too, because that might have a timed exclusive with the Switch as well. So we might have to wait on PC. And even on PS5, we might have to wait. Sucks. I don't know why I bought that. Or they could be adding if it takes that long. I think it has more to do with optimization. It's just, it runs like shit on the Switch. And it's being made to like promote the Switch, so. Now, they always have said that, you know, they were adding the horse armor, the new classes, some new armor and weapons, and it said and more. They've always said and more, but and more could be some stupid shit like, you know, one bit of dialogue or, you know, a consumable or something that's just almost worthless, right? So and more doesn't necessarily mean anything meaningful. Sucks too though, because when they made Dark Souls for PC, they said they made the Notorious of the Abyss DLCs just for the PC version. Like they never intended to make that extra content. They only made it because of the PC version. But I don't think they're gonna put that kind of effort into the Switch because I think they're just busy with a lot of other stuff. So I think they're phoning it in a little bit. FromSoft is awesome, but they're not above that kind of crap, so. Really, I just want to play Elden Ring again. It's been quite a while, and I've not touched it since Night Rain. I actually think Night Rain is going to make me a way better Elden Ring player, because Night Rain constantly makes it so you need to be patient, but then you can't be patient because of the time limit. And so, whenever... It's so weird, because I remember when I played Elden Ring, I would get so frustrated with the enemies that would force you to wait and, like, be patient with their moveset. I just found it so unfun. But now that I played it Night Rain, where the same thing is happening, but you get so punished, right, because of the time limit, the literal time limit. And so in Night Rain, when you get a section where there's no time limit, like the Night Boss or the Night Lord, and you can take your time, it's like, oh yeah, no problem, right? You're so used to like the time limit punishment that you're like happy to take your time. So I think I can now transfer that mindset to regular Elden Ring, and I don't think I'll mind waiting for some of the dumb, like, movesets to finish and stuff. But we'll see. I'm so excited to watch Lost play it, too. Because he plays Night Rain so much that... But, you know, regular Elden Ring is definitely different, so... There's a big gill. Twitch app not sending notifications again. So, should I stream on YouTube now, chat? Would that be more convenient? Because what I've seen, and this works, like, Ouroboros is my favorite streamer. I notice he's streaming on YouTube, and then I go watch him on Twitch. Right, but like the YouTube is like a better notification than anything else is. The problem with, I mean, YouTube is a lot better now. The problem is their emote game is really weak. That's the big, their emote game is just so weak. Where the emote game on Twitch is awesome. That's like the whole reason Twitch is worth using. That's the only reason Twitch is worth using, really. Because, you know, I don't need the money. I'm so like, it doesn't really matter like the subscriptions and all that, you know, it doesn't, you know, I appreciate them very much so, but it's, I don't need a stream to like make money, so I should stream to like be convenient to my audience, right? I'm excited for Lost to pull out his hair for the lack of sprint. Yeah, I think I'm gonna hate that too. Because like, I played Demon Souls the other day and I hated not having it, but Demon Souls is a way smaller game, right? So Elden Ring is gonna drive me crazy. Yeah, YouTube is better on mobile, that's true. But yeah, the emotes are so much better on Twitch. I don't think YouTube is ever gonna give you much freedom in that department. They're too corporate. And Twitch is really corporate too now, but like they know everyone's so used to it that they wouldn't like... I don't think they would risk messing with it much. I'm pretty sure torrent speed is pretty much the same as super sprint, but like torrent, obviously you have to summon and get off of, and he can't turn worth a damn, and you know he can't dodge. You know, there's so many reasons torrent sucks. And look, I like torrent as a character, I do, but like I hate torrent gameplay wise, and I always have. Like it just feels awful. Because, like, you'll fight a dragon that they'll do breath attacks that, like, they want you to use torrent to evade, but then the dragon will seamlessly transition into, like, stomps and crap that you need iframes to deal with reasonably. And torrent doesn't have iframes, right? So it just feels awful. So YouTube doesn't allow you to do that. The people used to do that all the time, where they'd post, like, a 5-second video saying, hey, I'm streaming right now on Twitch. But YouTube got mad about it. Because they're like, they want you to use their stuff, you know, and not promote other stuff. I can't stand when companies are like that, though. They're not living in reality. Like, not everyone... It's like, you know, Xbox has all these, like, media center features they want you to use, but, like, no one wants to use that shit. Like, no one wants to use, you know, their Xbox for, you know, a refrigerator, for example, right? It's just silly. Yeah, you can multi-stream now, but it's such a pain in the ass. It's so annoying to do. Yeah, I'm not really sure what to do in this department. And I need to upgrade my computer. And the main thing stopping me is I'm just fucking lazy. Like, well, it is expensive, right? Obviously, upgrading a computer is very expensive, but like, a processor's not that expensive, which is the main thing I need. The problem is my motherboard isn't compatible with newer processors, so I need a new motherboard. And if you get a new motherboard, you basically have to just rebuild the entire thing. And it's like, I don't want to take the time right now. Like, I don't want... It was annoying enough to put in the new graphics card and power supply. The last thing I want to do is just redo the entire fucking setup. But I really should, because my PC is just, it's out of date for streaming now. Yeah, upgrade PC, then you play a game that doesn't support any of the upgrades, and it's like, why did I do that? I know a guy that has like a top-of-the-line PC, and all he plays is World of Warcraft. Which is an incredibly like, look, Blizzard sucks, but World of Warcraft is an incredibly well-optimized game, and it will run on a potato. And so I'm like, why bother? Like, why bother getting such an expensive computer when you're playing a game that, like, anybody can run at, like, great frame per second and stuff? Like, who cares? I mean, Night Rain is more demanding than World of Warcraft is, though. Like, it's not the most demanding game, but, you know, it's... Night Rain's not that well optimized, so... Yeah, League of Legends is pretty optimized, too, isn't it? I'd be shocked if Riot didn't, do a good job with that kind of thing. Okay, yeah, there is Adele. Okay, good point. Yep, Adele is, Thankfully, my PC can handle Adele. It'll, like, lag a little bit sometimes when he's doing the super attack. But, like, I know people where it just totally fucks their setup up. Gabe Cube. I love that people are calling that the Gabe Cube. That's amazing. Because it does look like a GameCube. Dude, when Gabe dies, the gaming industry is screwed. I don't think people realize how much he's contributed to, like, fending off corruption in the game industry and, like, bad business practice. It's actually insane, like, how much he's done for the game industry. Adele directly attacks your frames. True. Oh yeah, I know I know it's coded badly. Oh yeah, I'm well aware. But the thing is, the more brute force you have, the better it handles the bullshittery. because weak setups like evaporate and like completely lock up and are lagging for ages, where like good GPUs will stutter just a little bit, right? It's just a wee bit, right? Now it's ridiculous that the good setups stutter at all, right? Like that's complete nonsense, but you know, brute force does help. The thing is, even if like Gabe Newell's son, you know, picks up the mantle and all that, that doesn't mean he's going to be influential, right? Like, in order to have an effect, you have to be powerful, essentially. And where Valve is and where Gabe Newell is in the industry right now, he's very influential, right? But there's really no guaranteeing continuing that. Oh, he didn't get any cards. Feels bad. Get him next turn. Well, being private can be bad too, because, you know, the owner can be a piece of shit. I mean, and look what happened to Lord of the Rings. Like, do you need a better example of how corrupt this stuff gets? Dude, that's the saddest thing, because Tolkien was there was no like ambiguity to Tolkien's wishes about his IP, right? He was very clear, and his son was very clear, right? But look where we're at now. And then you have to sit here and listen to these like executives and producers with Amazon acting like they're upholding the legacy of Lord of the Rings and trying to like convince the fans that they're such a great continuation of the saga and blah blah blah. It's just total bullshit, right? What an absolute disgrace. Yeah, the Tolkien estate is to blame because they're the ones that let it happen. Because, you know, his son cared, but then after that, no one cared, and they just wanted the paycheck. This is such a travesty, man. Because, like, there are many aspects to Lord of the Rings that I don't really like, or writing philosophy that's not, like, my cup of tea with Lord of the Rings, but, like, it doesn't matter. I still respect the creator and what his wishes were for it, so even though, like, Lord of the Rings isn't my favorite thing, I know it deserves better than that. Like, I don't need to, you know, interject my whims on someone else's IP, thanks. Yeah, that damage on Super Orion is insane. Like, holy fuck. He's kind of good. Yeah, and Lost is right. If you're a public company, yeah, you're legally required. You're legally required to try to make as much money as possible for the shareholders. And which is kind of concerning, because like From Software, they're not exactly a public company, because they are like a side part of the greater company that is Katakawa, right? And Katakawa is a publicly traded company. So Katakawa as a whole has to do right by their shareholders, which part of that is like using your assets correctly. But they could argue that, and this is, I'm sure they have, and I think they're actually correct. I don't think they're lying. Because Katakawa gives From Software a lot of freedom, and they don't interject on like how to make the game, and they don't push them to use like microtransactions and stuff. And so a shareholder could argue that, hey, you're not pushing your side companies to like do their best to make as much money as possible, and thus you're not doing you know, your part. But what I think they could argue, and I'm sure they have argued, is that you know, FromSoft's reputation is more valuable than like short-term games from like DLC or microtransactions, which I think is correct, by the way. And so like like why Elden Ring made so much money is because it is a you know, artistically, you know, well put together product. And surprisingly, a lot of the industry has actually, like, I guess it's because FromSoft has just been so successful. Because even Activision, right? You know, they're the World of Warcraft guys. One of the greediest companies on Earth. They worked with FromSoft for Sekiro, and they didn't push microtransactions or anything. They just let FromSoft do what they wanted, and they're like, yeah, we'll stay out of it. And because they're like, we don't understand it, and if we try to intervene, we're probably gonna fuck it up. They actually got that. Most companies that work with FromSoft get that, but that's really rare. Most companies don't get that kind of freedom. And like FromSoft's reputation is kind of why they're able to do that. But with time, that could change. That's kind of what I was getting at. Is it's definitely possible that at some point FromSoft's going to be like forced to do more greedy things, which will destroy their reputation. So yeah, it's not like every publicly traded company is a shit show, but a lot of them are. Like over time, they just get really messed up because like prioritizing quarterly gains, you know, short-term quarterly gains to look good, generally damages your company in the long term, and it after time it just gets to the point where it's so fucked up. That always happens when they're large, anyway. Like smaller companies, that doesn't always happen, but I do think FromSoft's got a hard time ahead, though, and I think we already see that with the that stuff that was happening with that like Korean company that was trying to buy Kadokawa, and then them selling part of the company to or the shares and all that to Sony, right? So you can just see that the interest has gone up so much, and like money talks, especially with the public, because like a private company can just say no, right? And that happens. So like private companies would be like, no, I don't want you to own me, right? Like, no, I'm not gonna sell to you. But a private company can't do that, or a public company can't do that. So if someone's got the money, they got the money. Oh, I haven't even looked at the link, but is that the Steve Jobs clip where he's talking about like the kinds of people that rise in companies and how they run it at time? Yeah, no, he's gonna. That is, look, Steve Jobs is an asshole, and also he got like credit for things he didn't do, right? He's one of those, but he is 1000% correct in that clip, and that's been proven right over and over and over again. And this affects almost all businesses everywhere. It's actually insane, like how many businesses just get so fucked up over time because of that principle. Everything from like retail, you know, food, video games, and movie, and all that stuff. It's crazy. All right, well, there's our 9 capsules. Let's see. All that farming and I can't actually get that much. I need to just make myself do a little bit every day. That way, I don't have to finish every class tree, but at least get them like flushed out a little bit. Some of their niche abilities in there, though, are really powerful. Let's see, did I finish this one? Okay, I at least did that one. I think that and Berserker is the only two that my ult account has done. Little loud. This one's close to being done. I need to do like 10 runs and that one's done. The sad thing is Gwen... No, Gwen. Excuse me. Oh, no. Oh, shit. I thought oh, fuck. Okay, so Saber is the only finished one. Yeah, Gwen, Lord of Cinder. Gwen is not like, you know, he's a okay Saber, but he's nothing, like, he's not gonna carry you in some hard challenge quest. So him being maxed out is of limited use. All right, where are these capsules? Oh, there they are. How about that deep sea fish? Gwen is playable? I wish, dude. You know, I don't think I've ever had more, like, conflicting feelings about, like, if I like a character or not than Gwen. But here's the weird thing. Like, if Gwen was, like, playable and, like, in his prime, right? Gwen in his prime, so there's, like, fire and lightning everywhere, right? Like, God, you know, Zeus powers, and that was, like, playable in some game. I would hype the shit out of that. That'd be awesome. But he's also a fucking asshole and is just, like, the reason for all of the problems, right? Like, it's just, I think what saves him is the fact that he, even though he's kind of a piece of shit and he ruined everything, he has integrity about it because he actually believed in what he was doing and he sacrificed himself before anyone else, right? It's not like he was like an actual bitch about it and just wants other people to like do what he wants and blah blah blah, but like he literally was the first one to sacrifice himself, right? And that kind of just saves the character, I think. Like, if he wasn't like that, I think I would just dislike him so much, but... Alright, let's see. This was a pretty hard one, wasn't it? Yeah, he stuck to his guns. Yeah, and I do not think Miyazaki wanted Gwen to just be this, like, just, you know, old man that was afraid of the dark and it just ruined everything because of that. And I like, especially because like the music and everything, I really think Gwen is supposed to be sympathetic, right? He's supposed to be flawed and ultimately messed up. But I don't think you're supposed to view him as just this horrible person. Because the thing is, like, essentially Gwen is like afraid of not even like death for himself, but like, you know, death of, you're like being afraid of the extinction of your species, right? And most humans are afraid of that. Like, most humans hate the idea of like humans going extinct and whatnot. So I don't really remember this fight. No, he hit hard. Fucking say everywhere, man. Yeah, they always put so much effort into the music in the games. Although I actually feel like Elden Ring's main theme is incredible. I mean, it's just absolutely incredible. But overall, I feel like the music in Elden Ring is kind of weak. And like individually, it's not like the songs sound bad. They don't. But a lot of the songs just kind of lack that like connection with the boss, because a lot of the music's generic. It's not really made for a specific boss. Like, they reuse a lot of the music and stuff. And it's kind of just generic, bombastic, epic stuff. And like, it's not bad, you know, it does that well, but I honestly, compared to like Demon Souls and Dark Souls and stuff, I don't think it's nearly as good. Because like, for example, the Godskin Duo music is great. Great song when listened to in a vacuum, but it doesn't really have any kind of emotional like hook or connection to what's going on or anything. It's just an epic song, right? It's not, you know, there's not a lot going on there, and that's how most of the Elden Ring music is. And I think the main theme works because the main theme isn't trying to be like connected to a boss. It's the overall vibe of the game, right? It's the grand, you know, epic adventure against God and all that, right? Like that. So that main theme works really well, but the rest of it's just fine. I think the best song in terms of like actualizing what it's trying to do and eliciting like an emotion, I think is Saint Astraea's theme from Demon Souls. I think that's the best they've ever done. I mean, I remember I saw that fight actually before playing Demon Souls, which I kind of wish I hadn't, but it was still a very effective. So my friend gave me the most vague. He gave me like the short and skinny of the lore of World 5 and like what's going on with Maiden Astraea, and then just showed me the boss fight. And that shit was awesome. I mean, like that's such a great moment. You know, Demon Souls was pretty good about telling its story directly, unlike Dark Souls. And yeah, I think that song just did a really good job with that boss fight. Why is that the skill they put the battery on? You know, she'd make a really good... Wait, who the fuck is my Grand? Oh, it's Eric Bloodaxe, who I don't even have on the team right now. Boy, that tells you something. Made a few mistakes here. But yeah, Pinth would be a really good Grand. Yeah, I agree. I think Radagon's theme's not as good as the main theme. I think the main theme's way better. I feel like I actually don't really like it with Radagon because it's just like generic. Okay, let me give you an example. Night Rain remixes its main theme for the final Night Lord fight with Holster, and that worked great. That worked super great. I don't think it worked great with Radagon at all because there's nothing about the song that can. They're literally just doing it to like because it's like a thing you do, right? Not because it made any fucking sense. Because like in Night Rain, there's like an ongoing motif. It even plays like when you land off the hawk sometimes. Like there's like this music motif that pops up a lot in Night Rain, and it's in the main theme, and it's in the final boss theme. And unlike a lot of bosses in the Souls game, Night Rain is like very personal and for like the characters, the cast, right? You don't have a nameless main character. You have characters with preset backstories, and they're tied intimately with the final boss, right? And so the final boss, you know, like replays that motif from the title screen and that you've heard throughout the game, and is very connected to the characters, right? So it works great, right? Beautiful. But with Radagon, it's just like, hey, you know, sometimes games will use the title theme as the boss theme, final boss theme. But like, there's no reason for it. It doesn't work at all. Yeah, it's actually sad because I think it kind of like cheapens it for the other times that they've done that, like Armored Core 6 and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, what Gwyn does is like so normal, right? You work really hard to build your own life or kingdom or nation or family. You don't want to let it go, right? And you know, yeah, it's hypocritical because like he ruined the Age of Ancients to build the Age of Fire, right? You know, entropy always wins. You know, you have to let things go. But we never want to. No one wants to let, like, if you have a family that's, you know, healthy, obviously some people have shit families, but you know, people have good families, you don't want to see them die or die yourself and lose that, right? People want to hold on to those things. You know, Gwyn just went really far and you know, really fucked it up. But yeah, the root of it is like so understandable. But yeah, I actually think Radagon is one of the worst examples I've ever seen of using the titles theme as the final boss theme. I just think that did not work. I think most people are won over simply because the song sounds good. I actually really like Rusty's song with Snail, and because it's not really for Snail, it's for the song is playing for the overall level and like what's going on, and like Rusty's siding with you, and you know, with all the ups and downs throughout that game. Like I think that works so well for both, right? Because like, you know, I did ending 2 first, And, you know, up at that point, you know, there's a lot of ups and downs and who the fuck is, you know, actually going to, you know, be on your side. And, you know, you're not really sure what's going on with Rusty, like whose side he's really on. And, you know, I think that was really cool. Like him finally, you know, being on your side, you know what's going on. And you're taking on all the arquebuses and everything. Like that was awesome. Now, I have come around to, though, that ending 1 is my favorite. And it's because Coral actually does suck. I'm sorry for the people that love the stupid waifu voice in their head, but, like, Coral actually sucks. Walter is right. It's super dangerous. Like, who the fuck? Like, think about it in real life, right? Coral is this fucking substance that, without consent, forcibly fuses with people and changes their biology, right? And it's trying to do this on a galactic scale, right? It's trying to literally, like, rewire the entire, you know, galaxy without anything's consent, right? And you have no idea if it's even going to work or be good. Like, that's terrible, right? And, like, because the thing is, like, you can kind of point out how people are hypocritical, right? Because plenty of parasites exist in real life, and you're not okay with that. You know, if you find a leech on your leg, you're going to get rid of it, right? Like, obviously. So yeah, they're a huge danger. They're trying to just, they're awful. And what's interesting, though, I will say about ending 2 is ending 2 kind of acknowledges that, and that the Coral needs to wait, right? Like, what Coral is trying to do is, like, wrong, and it's not the right time, and, like, the Coral needs to grow up, right? It's not just the humans that need to grow up. The Coral needs to grow up, right? But ending 3 is your fucking airhead rushing things, and that's like all over the story, where she's just trying to, you know, force the Coral release when, you know, and she's causing so much fucking destruction and death, not just for humans but for the Coral itself. Like, she kills so much Coral doing it, which is hilarious, because in the other endings she, you know, is so against when Coral is being manipulated or killed or anything, but then she does it, right? Like, ending 3 is just, like, so childish. But yeah, ending 3 is still, don't get me wrong, I love ending 3 though, because, you know, Iguazu is so awesome, and it just the way that, like, the story gets to, like, show itself off in ending 3 is really interesting. Like, you find out, like, O'Keefe has been wrecking All Mind in the other endings and stuff, you know, that's all really cool. But no, I think ending 1's the best, because morally, I think it's the best ending by far, and it's the only logical fucking ending. And it's nice to, like, live up to, you know, what Walter wants, and then your character actually gets their freedom and everything, right? Like, that's actually pretty, and you go through so much shit to get there, right? So it's pretty earned. Also, it's nice to not portray Carla, because, you know, you're at the lowest low of all time, and the only person on the entire planet that helps you is Carla, right? And then in every other ending, you instantly turn around and betray her, right? Which is pretty fucked up. And also, you know, Carla is, like Walter, is right. I think Carla is actually correct, and that the Coral needs to be stopped, and it's, you know, a huge threat. And like Gwen, you know, she's willing to sacrifice herself before anyone else. So, yeah, portraying Carla is, like, the worst fucking feeling in ending 2. Like, that's like the hardest part. Ending 2 is still awesome though, because it's just awesome to work with Rusty, and you get this dramatic as fuck showdown with Snail, and Snail has been, like, the biggest asshole throughout the game, and you know, it's all, like, ending 2 is so much fun, right? It's such a great ending, but I do think ending 1 is the best. Like, in terms of, like, what I would pick and whatnot, I would go with ending 1. But they're all good. I mean, really, they all. I do think ending 3 is a bit rushed. Now, like, the story of ending 3 literally is them rushing, right? But, like, you're rushing to core release and being kind of immature about it and all that. But you don't see a lot of the other characters ever. You know, it's not super fleshed out. Like, you don't see a lot of the Vespers in that ending. I can talk about Armored Core forever. I can really talk about Armored Core 4 and 4 Answer, but I need to figure out how to stream those. I mean, I could just bust out my Xbox 360. Like, I can technically stream that. Oh, wait, that's actually what I did. It's just I don't have a controller for it. Right, the controller's broken. Fuck. That's right, I literally hooked up my 360 for that. Yeah, I agree. Armored Core 6 is actually, I think, the best like characterization of their characters they've ever done. There are like individual characters in some of the Souls games that I think can keep up, right? Like, because every once in a while there's a Souls character that gets like enough screen time to really be fleshed out, but on average, you know, definitely not. And yeah, I think Armored Core 6. Because like I'm actually biased to the Souls games because a lot of what they're about and a lot of the like what the characters are about are more my cup of tea, so I'm biased in their favor. But I have enough objectivity in me to be like, oh yeah, it's just obvious that Armored Core 6 executes a lot better with their cast. I don't think it's even close, really. Yeah, I really need to stream Armored Core 4 because that's how most people are. What Lost just said, that's how almost everyone is. Most people weren't really interested in Armored Core until Armored Core 6. And dude, some of the contrast, some of the things that the like Armored Core 4 and 4 Answer do differently than Armored Core 6 is so awesome. Like there's some just such awesome stuff in Gen 4. Because you don't even use an Armored Core, funnily enough. The Armored Cores are the grunts. They're like the gruntiest of grunts. Like, because the technology is so advanced there that the mechs they have are like way beyond an Armored Core, and it's awesome. I bought Armored Core 6 because you hyped the franchise so much. Totally worth it though. Yeah, I mean that game is so great. That's another game that I'm excited that I haven't played in a while that I'm excited to play again. I'm trying to wait as long as possible though. I need to forget as much. The problem is it's so memorable. Armored Core 6 is like burned into my mind even though I only played it the one time. Like I made myself not play it a bunch because I didn't want to burn out on it. But like it's just such a memorable game. I still remember so many details about it. The more I forget the details, the more I'll enjoy playing it again, but it's kind of hard. Yeah, I don't want to emulate it because emulators are always fucked when it comes to those games. Like, only good emulator is Dolphin. The rest of them always suck. And yeah, I'm the same boat. I can play it, but I don't have a controller, and I don't want to. It's like $90 to get a good 360 controller, and like I don't want. I'm so frugal. I don't want to do that. Like, that's insane. I don't want to rip myself off, but dude, I love Armored Core. Can they just bring... Why did they bring Metal Wolf Hi, Beastly. Why did they bring Metal Wolf fucking Chaos? I know you're going to meme it up in chat, but look. Why did they bring Metal Wolf Chaos to PC, but not Armored Core 4 and 4 Answer? Like, are you fucking kidding me? God, I swear they're going to make a sequel to Metal Wolf Chaos. I swear it's going to happen. Because they said they wanted to bring back more of their IPs. And that's like had a real second wind, that game. Kind of like Metal Gear Revengeance. They should bring Kingsfield. Actually, it's weird that they haven't. Kingsfield really is like... It really does have name recognition because everyone talks about it. Most people like know of it, but have never gotten to play it. Because people hear about it like, oh yeah, this is the predecessor to the Souls games. And most people know about it because of that. I like how all the buffers I've used today do not sync up with the DPS that I'm actually using, because she's Buster support, and then I'm not using a Buster unit. Kingsfield is at least 20 times more popular than Eternal Ring. Probably more than that, honestly. Isn't Metal Wolf Chaos the one where you play as the president? Yes. Yes, it is. It's a trip. I hope I don't even get, why do these devs not like care about their backlog? I don't understand. It's like not preserving your paintings if you're a painter. It's really messed up. Because like if I could just easily and smoothly play like FromSoft's backlog, I would stream the hell out of that, man. Like I'd play Lost Kingdoms, and I never got to play Lost Kingdoms 1. I only got to play Lost Kingdoms 2. So I would just stream both of those. Like fuck. But they make it such a pain in the ass. Shame I don't have stars. Yeah, that's true. I could play it on Dolphin. That is true. Because, yeah, Dolphin is the one emulator that actually works properly. Yeah, thankfully, I still have my discs of Armored Core 4 and 4 Answer, and they're in good shape. And if they ever weren't in good shape, I could resurface them. And if you only resurface it like once or twice, you'll be fine. So, in good shape in that department. Yeah, to this day, Armored Core 4 and 4 Answer are my favorite, like, piece of art ever made. And I don't say that lightly. I mean, there's a lot of amazing stuff out there. It's the first time someone's died, I think. Am I the only one that just never cared about Horizon Zero Dawn at all? Like, I don't even hate it. It never appealed to me even a little bit. Yeah, it's hard to get the original Dark Souls 1 now. It's all the remaster, which sucks because I don't think the remaster is nearly as good. Like, they changed some stuff that I'm not a fan of. Look, I love FromSoft, but Dark Souls 1's remaster is terrible. I mean, it's a joke even calling that a remaster. And we're like losing to Herc here. Oh, okay, Blood Axe is here. He's just in the back. Okay. Our grand, ladies and gentlemen. God, I hope this doesn't happen to Dark Souls 3, because I love Dark Souls 3, man. Yeah, it's got its problems, like being R1 Souls, but like, I love that game so much. And it'll get remastered someday, and like, here, look, if a remaster is good, right, I'm all about it. But so many remasters just, they always find a way to fuck something up. They always find a way to, like, you know, miss something about the original or change something that, you know, it's so annoying, man. And like, I don't have like nostalgia goggles for Dark Souls 3. I have them for Dark Souls 1, but like Dark Souls 3 really is like the one that I think has aged the best, and it has the most replay value. And it is a shame because some of it, Dark Souls 3's flaws are really bad. Like the R1 Souls sucks. It's so much more fun in Elden Ring, like looking for chances to R2, and then like sometimes you R1 though because you can't R2, and jumping attack and running attack, and it's great. Where Dark Souls 3, it's like, okay, yeah, always R1. Like that definitely is a big negative. Can we have like the ultimate edition of Souls where the package Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3, and it's all one game, and it's all the new graphics and all new combat engine, so it's more like Elden Ring with like your options and stuff, but then it's really faithful to the art and the level design and all those kinds of stuff. But then you get rid of soul memory and adaptability from Dark Souls 2 and that kind of shit, and then you put it on PC and you take the time to optimize it and try to future-proof it as best you can, so you actually preserve the damn game. Wouldn't that be great? Best I can do is Dustbloods. Yep. Dude, fuck Dustbloods. I hate that. Like, it sounds like a neat idea, but like, why? Why would you put that on the Switch only? And why does it have such a weird aesthetic and everything? I tell you what, though, like, Dustbloods has not tempted me to buy a Switch. It hasn't. What's tempted me to buy a Switch is fucking Kirby Air Riders. That game is amazing. Like, that game is, like, the amount of, like, passion that the developers put into that game is unreal. Like, they just, thing after thing in Kirby Air Riders is just fantastic. Like, spoilers, but like, you got the big, awesome, like, final boss. So actually, I think it's like the second final boss, but it's like a giant arms fort mech thing. And then in the air ride, or in the city trial mode, right, which is kind of like a battle royale, you can actually collect the parts for it rarely, and then you can, during the battle royale segment, you can play as the big ginormous boss, and it's to scale. And then when the trial ends, the mini game is every other player in the lobby versus you, right? And that's so fantastic. And there's just so many things in the game like that, like these little hidden nuggets of just fun like that. It's awesome. I wish more games were like that. And like, I played Kirby Air Ride, like the original on the GameCube, and I liked it a lot. But like, Air Riders really is just doing such a great job of like evolving that game. Apparently, Dust Bloods was actually supposed to be made a long time ago, and it's had like some real issues. If the leaks are true, which they may not be, but some somewhat credible people have said that it's, you know, it was in development for a very, very, very long time. And, you know, it was supposed to just be kind of an innovation test bed, and it's just taken a lot longer. But I don't know, Dust Bloods just looks so weird to me. And it sucks because I like the idea. Like the idea of going into a map and you pick like a covenant. So you're either a co-op, your goal is to co-op, or your goal is to kill a boss, or your goal is to kill other players. Right, like having all these different like optional objectives that you pick for yourself, right? Or it's not even optional objectives, you pick your main objective, right? That's cool. I think that's really cool. I love multiplayer games, especially when they're unique like that, but I just don't, it doesn't seem that fleshed out, and the Switch is like the worst console ever to do that kind of thing on. And I would rather they get their multiplayer sorted in their main games, for God's sakes. Like, why is Elden Ring's multiplayer so bad? They're fighting for their life, trying to get games to run on the Switch too. Yeah, true, it seems like. I suspect Nintendo is actually paying them quite a lot for the Tarnished Edition and Dust Bloods. So hopefully that will help them finance what they're wanting to do next. It's good damage. For a level 60, that's not a grand or anything. Yeah, I think if it was any console but the Switch, Dust Bloods would do better. I mean, it is so common that people say what I'm saying right now. I've seen so many people like, yeah, you know, it sounds kind of neat. And dude, it's such a mistake because the multiplayer aspect of FromSoft games is already niche. That's the thing, that's already a niche aspect of their community. It's a big niche, but it's still a niche. And then you're cutting it even more with you have to have a Switch 2, which is one of the least popular consoles to put it on. So I just, huge mistake. Huge. It sucks because I think this might dissuade FromSoft from doing more multiplayer stuff, right? And I love the multiplayer stuff, so I want more of that. But yeah, big fuck up. And God, if this Tarnished Edition is Switch exclusive for a while, because they already said it will come to other consoles, but they did not say it would come day one. They didn't say that. So that's gonna suck. That's true. Night Rain was very successful. That's true. That's a good point. Thank goodness Night Rain was successful, though. Because can you imagine if it wasn't, and then Dust Bloods wasn't successful? That would really hurt the company. Yeah, FromSoft is a very strange company. Fucking love this song. I'm so glad. By the way, we have this song because of Beastly. The song like didn't exist on the internet, and Beastly ripped it from the game because they never put out a soundtrack for this game, which is a sin. I mean, I'm all for experimentation, but you need to experiment where people can actually play the damn thing. Okay, hold on. Let's see how far along we are. Not that far. It only says 21. You just have to do too many of these. I think this one's important. There's the one if you're in a combo that's it's like it's a broken chain, like you don't have a buster chain or a rainbow chain, nothing special about it. The berserker gets a guts. You definitely want that. I love that emote, by the way, the no emote. So it's just a lot of fun. Okay, this one's a bit farther along. Oh man, sunglasses. A lot of lancers here. Damn, that's some devotion right there. I think this one's AoE. At least it's like semi AoE off memory. I mean, yeah, what Beastly said is definitely true. It's like you get the publisher, in this case Nintendo, to you know, front the bill, so it doesn't matter if it's not successful, and it lets you mess around, and there's less publicity on it, right? There's less eyes on it, so if it doesn't really work out, it won't damage your reputation. Because I mean, Dustbloods is not being marketed anything like Elden Ring, right? Like not at all. How much is a Switch to? Isn't it like $700? I just cannot justify buying that and then playing. I'd play Air Riders on it, which I mean, awesome game. And then okay, $450. That's not as bad. But you have to buy the controllers and the games, because all I would get is Air Riders and Dustbloods. I don't think there's anything else I would play on it. Like I bet you in its whole life cycle, that's probably how it's gonna be. Maybe one other game eventually, but that is insane. $450 is not as bad as I thought, though, so that's really something. But fuck Nintendo. Dude, fuck Nintendo. Like, I can put up... No, fuck Metroid. Metroid Prime 4 looks terrible, dude. Oh, my God. Like, I don't... What do I even have to... Anyone that knows anything about, like, Metroid already knows why that game looks fucking ridiculous. Like, yes, let's take Metroid Prime, the series about, you know, tight, you know, meaningful exploration and lore, and make it, you know, part open world, and have a bunch of NPCs... fucking spewing like Marvel dialogue, like, oh my God. And then people are like, oh, but it's only like the tutorial of each planet. What do you... That's like... Bro. The most memorable part of all of Metroid Prime 1 was landing on the planet right after the space station crashes, and you land on the planet and you're just completely isolated. There's no tutorial. The game doesn't say anything. There's a, you know, it's such, unlike Genshin Impact and games like that, the world is so interesting immediately, right? The like leftovers of the culture and everything. It's just instantly interesting, and the music, you know, and the feeling of loneliness gets you to think and wonder and like ponder, you know, what is going on, what happened here, you know, like just literally what is going on, right? And adding an NPC that's like blabbing, and he's like MASH, he just will not shut the fuck up, and he's just blabbing all this like gameplay crap and like stupid tutorial crap, and it's just all these terrible cringe jokes, and like it's just absurd, even if it's only for like 30 minutes. But it sounds like it's like 30 minutes, and then later in the game it happens again, and later in the game it happens again, and later in the game it happens again. It's such a fundamental misunderstanding of like what those games are about. And then it's open world. Like you have this like giant, desolate, you know, boring, bland open world you run around in. It's like, fuck off, dude. Like that's so garbage. Like I only really like Metroid Prime 1. I think that was such a special lightning strike. And I just, you know, I don't think it's, you know, lightning in a bottle. I just don't think it's going to happen again. Because they kind of every game since the first one has diluted the formula more and more. And now we have like Marvel jokes And I'm just like, okay, I'm out. Like, you know, I hope the music's good and stuff like that. And I know a lot of people that work on those games, you know, they don't have any say on some of this stuff. And so, but the areas they work on, they could still do an excellent job with. So I'm sure there'll be aspects of the game that are still good. But there's just so much in Metroid Prime 4 that I'm like, hell no. It sounds like you don't escort Jar Jar Binks the entire game, but it happens multiple times throughout the game. Like, it's like at the first, like, 30 minutes, and then there's a break from it, and then you do it again, and then there's a break from it, and then you do it again. That's what it seems like, which, I mean, I just... fuck that. And, like, and here's the thing. Some character interaction in the Metroid Prime series could work, but it has to be super rare, and it has to be, like, done more like Dark Souls, right? And, like, because there's... historically, there's been so little, you know, interaction with, like, other characters that that are friendly or will talk to you and stuff. If it ever does happen, it needs to be, like, super meaningful. And I tell you what, I don't like Metroid Dread that much, but the one thing it did do well was the Chozo, I think, because he's in it so sparsely. There's not enough time for him to, like, say everything he wants to say. And, like, the Chozo are, like, you know, Samus's, like, foster parents, essentially. And, like, going so many games, never seeing one in the flesh, and then you finally do see one, but it's, like, so brief. That was done really well, right? So if you want to do stuff like that, that can work. But yeah, if you look at the footage that's out about in Metroid Prime 4, it's nothing like that. It's like this just cringy Marvel, you know, movie dialogue, you know, haha, look how funny I am, wacky sidekick guy, right? It's just awful. Like, that is just absolutely not how to do, because, like, Rundus, you know, the Rundus boss fight in Metroid Prime 3, that was good. Right, you can do, you know, stuff with this. Not everything has, you don't have to copy paste Metroid Prime 1 over and over again, but, like, Jesus. But yeah, I absolutely loved the feeling in Metroid Prime 1 where you're on this incredibly intriguing world, but it's clearly, you know, things have gone very wrong. And being totally alone, and, like, the music really reinforces that, so you're just, like, constantly left with your own thoughts. That was just such a great thing and very unique. A lot of games don't even try to do that. Most people in real life, honestly, are afraid of being alone with their own thoughts, let alone a game that's, like, pushing that, right, and being, like, kind of about that. And so yeah, most games just won't do it, but that's what made Metroid Prime so unique. But yeah, I really have no interest in Prime 4. Which is a shame, because Metroid Prime 1 really is in, like, my top favorite games. Absolutely love it. Yeah, this boss is actually causing me some trouble here. Probably should have taken this more seriously. I don't like Prime 2 as much because the Light World, Dark World gimmick was just that. It was a gimmick. It was very annoying. Like, okay, I need to go here. There's a dark wall in the way, so now I need to switch to the Light World and go all the way around and then go back to the dark. It's like, what the fuck? Just annoying as hell. And I don't think the music was nearly as good. I mean, I don't think the music's bad or anything, but I don't think it was even close. Man, we're about to get fried. Well, crit forehead. And then 3, it was, you know, way more mainstream and, like, just really lost what the series was about, but it did have some cool stuff in it, like Rundus and whatnot. Well, that didn't do a lot of damage. Alright, that ought to do it. I really liked the Phazon suit in the first game. I thought that was really cool. I also like how in all of the games, that's the only time you're ever immune to Phazon. Like, you can be resistant to it in the other games and stuff like that, but only in the first game do you get a suit that is actually immune to Phazon. That never happens again. And then, like, the Metroid Prime, you know, takes that suit from you, right? And he has the suit, and he's all Phazon-y later. So it makes sense, like, in continuity. I thought that was really cool. I should have done the swap and brought in Leonidas way sooner. Would have done a lot more damage with Karna. Let me try that one again. But yeah, Beasley's not wrong that the character that people are complaining about really is like a Jar Jar Binks kind of character with the way he talks and acts and everything. It's just awful. I can't fathom thinking that's a good idea to put into a Metroid Prime game. Fucking nuts. I guess he can buff too, right? Yeah, okay, that's what I should have done. And I think I did like the NPs in the wrong order too. You're supposed to AoE first, because then he gets weaker. So yeah, I Omega fucked up last time. Yeah, now his shield's gone. Okay, we got it this time. At least Protoku's new NP looks decent. Overall, I dislike his animation update, but the NP's fine. Not enough to kill. I think so, King. I think 100% that's why those characters are added. They're trying to make it more like mainstream, right? Because what Metroid Prime 1 did, where the game tells you so little and you're kind of just like figure it out, that kind of thing just doesn't fly a lot anymore, right? So I think they're trying to make the game more approachable. They're like, okay, well, we'll hold your hand for a while and then we'll be more normal later, right? Like, but yeah, I've heard that's a really common thing. And I've seen it with like a lot of the young people where I live and stuff, where people are just like not comfortable being alone with their own thoughts, and they need like white noise, or they can't stand. Which I'm not like that at all. I very much want to be alone with my own thoughts. If I have to go a really long time, like where I can't just be alone with my own thoughts and like think about stuff and process stuff, I get pissed. I think it's a bad thing when people are constantly distracted and people are constantly like having things vie for their attention. They don't stop to mature. Like, because I think a huge aspect of maturing is because, like, in the heat of an argument, for example, you're never going to convince anybody. This is a pretty well-known thing. Like, very rarely, if you're having like an argument with someone, well, in the moment you convince them, right? But what can happen is people will hear different things or experience different things. Maybe something happens at school and all that kind of stuff. And over time, you think about it and process it and analyze it, right? And if you're always distracted, you'll never do that. You'll never, and it's not just about an argument or some drama that happened at school. It's about like your own emotions or how you acted or what happened at work and like what you want to do, like what job do you want? You know, how do you want to be treated? How you know, you need time to analyze these things and process these things. And I think that's a massive part of maturing, is that process. And when you're just distracted 24/7, you don't do it, right? And dude, it's sad. I've seen this happen. I've seen this happen to like people where eventually they'll have this moment where they like realize that they're barely even like a person. Like they realize that they're so shallow, and like they don't have a character, right? They don't have values or principles that define what they are, and like they don't have a defined like even personality. And it's horrifying, right? And when you realize that, it's a good time to work on it. But I've seen people, they just keep running from it. But yeah, I've seen that in people where you can tell they kind of see behind their own curtain where they're like, I am so fucking shallow, and it's just, it's awful. I would not wish that on anyone. How does that even happen? Just being distracted your entire fucking life. Also, in my experience, I don't want to talk about it too much because it's like not the world's business, but there are people that I know where like, you know, their upbringings were terrible, and you know they were distracted almost their entire life, and then a lot of things in like their own life basically dissuaded them from being like an individual, right? And like dissuaded them from like having a personality. And yeah, I think that happens to a lot. I think in the younger people, I think that's happening to them a lot more. I think just the way like our schools are right, at least in the West, but the way our schools are right now, and good old social media and all that kind of stuff, I think a lot of people are really pushed to not really just even figure out who they are. Because like when you're a teenager, you don't really know who you are, right? It takes a while to figure a lot of this stuff out and figure out like what principles resonate with you and all that kind of stuff. It's fucked, dude. It's sad. It's like, because it's one of those things you'll see in like movies or like people online trying to like, you know, take down some like shallow OnlyFans girl or something. But in reality, when you see somebody that really is shallow, it's not like there's some evil person. It normally is that they're super underdeveloped in terms of like personality and whatnot. And the thing is, that's something to be pitied, right? Like not scorned, right? Because when someone goes through their life and they haven't been able to develop like who they are, and like they are that fucking shallow, that's like sad. That's like super sad. And it's just weird. I see a lot of like people now that I just don't have any fucking empathy, right? And when someone, you know, clearly has a problem in that department, they kind of just see it as, oh, see, that's a bad person, so fuck them, right? They deserve it. Which I think that's kind of backwards. And obviously there's limits to this. You know, you can have so much empathy that like you just ignore horrible behavior, right? You can't have so much empathy that you let people get away with like really bad stuff. Obviously, it's like you can be so open-minded your brain falls out, you know, that kind of thing. But I found like in people that I talk to in real life, because I'm very social in real life, and I try very hard to get to know people and in like a non-superficial way. That's like my goal in life, is I try to get to know people, as many people as I can, and try to get to know them in a not superficial way. And the people that I've talked to and gotten to know that, you know, kind of have this problem, and you know they, you know, are very shallow, because not because, you know, they're selfish or anything, but because they just haven't developed a fucking personality. They're scared out of their fucking minds. Every time I've gotten to know someone like that and like really gotten to talk to them, they are just so scared out of their fucking mind, right? And it's like, that's why a game like Metroid Prime that kind of gets you to be by yourself and just think and be alone with your thoughts, it's just really scary to people like that. Yeah, it sucks. I don't even know what to say about it. It just sucks. I just hope we don't like promote it though. Like, you don't want to have people, you know, raised that way. You don't want to have things promoting that. And you don't want to like cater to the symptoms, right? I think that's a big problem that happens, is like we cater to symptoms instead of fixing, you know, the problem. Anyways, I got some real life stuff I got to do, chat. Well, there's more FGO in 2 days, right? It sounds like that's when the actual stuff is happening. But then the actual finale's after that. Like in the next 2 days, it's like the grand battle here and all that, and I think there's gonna be story tied to it this time, it looks like. But then the actual finale is after that, which is sometime this month. But then we have Night Rain, so like we got plenty to do coming up. All right, boys, thank you for hanging out. Don't run from your own thoughts, and go say hi to Cairo.